Hey, Sussex squaddies! Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever in the world you're watching from. The King of Shady Boots himself is back. And yes, I brought some juicy tea with me today. What if I told you that the two royals who officially left the monarchy 5 years ago now dominate more royal media coverage than the King himself? Not Prince William, not King Charles, not even the future of the crown. It's Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan. Despite stepping away from royal duties in 2020, they remain the most talked-about figures in royal media, and by a huge margin. This isn't coincidence, it's strategy. And today I'm breaking down exactly why the media still can't let them go. Welcome back to Celeb Plug 101. I'm so glad you're here. And to my returning viewers, welcome back. It's always a pleasure having you in the building. If you're passionate about the Sussex family and love following their journey, trust me, you're exactly where you need to be. Now listen, this shady boots kind of a guy needs you to hit that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up, share it with fellow Sussex supporters, and most importantly, drop your thoughts on the comment section. You already know I love hearing from you. I'm beyond excited about today's buzz because it is sweet, mouth-watering, and absolutely worth the sip. So let's not waste any time. Let's dive straight into this juicy episode I've sampled just for you. A recent media analysis reveals that Prince Harry and Meghan receive a disproportionate share of coverage compared to other royals, despite stepping away from royal duties in 2020. Together, they account for over 57% of all royal media stories in the analysed period. Prince Harry leads with the highest coverage at 30.86%, followed by Meghan at 26.41%. In contrast, Prince William receives 21.67%, King Charles 16.63%, and Queen Camilla barely registers with 0.6% of total coverage. Kate Middleton, despite being a senior working royal, accounts for just 4.37% of the total articles. The analysis highlights a clear pattern of media bias, where Harry and Meghan remain under intense scrutiny while other royals receive more favourable or neutral treatment. Their headlines dominate the media landscape, often framed negatively, reinforcing public perception through repeated criticism. Meanwhile, working royals like King Charles and Prince William receive comparatively lower and less critical coverage. This media obsession is not accidental. It is driven by profit. Meghan and Harry's names generate clicks, sell newspapers, and fuel tabloid narratives. The stark contrast in coverage raises critical questions about how the press shapes public opinion, how narratives are manipulated, and why the media continues to prioritize profit-driven sensationalism over balanced reporting. A study from the news aggregation platform found that Duchess Meghan's media coverage remains highly polarized. 38% of her stories come from left-leaning sources, while 46% come from right-leaning outlets. This shows that both political sides see value in covering her, whether to praise or criticize. Prince Harry experiences a similar media storm, with 3,326 stories published about him in the same period, surpassing Meghan and every working royal. His coverage leans slightly more right-wing, with 42% of articles from conservative sources and 39% from left-leaning outlets. In contrast, Kate Middleton's coverage skews left. 53% of her stories come from left-leaning media, while only 31% come from right-wing outlets. This suggests that Kate's media presence is less politically charged and more carefully managed by Kensington Palace. Even Prince William, the future king, received only 2,336 articles, significantly fewer than Meghan and Harry. Meanwhile, King Charles, the reigning monarch, was covered in just 1,792 stories. Meghan has often been treated differently from other royal women. A Guardian study analysing British press coverage from 2018 to 2020 found that Meghan received twice as many negative headlines as positive ones. Out of 843 articles across 14 newspapers, 43% were unfavourable, while only 20% were positive. By contrast, Kate Middleton received far more favourable coverage. Out of 144 articles, only 8% were negative, while 45% were positive. The study confirmed what many had suspected. The media scrutinises Meghan far more than her sister-in-law. The media's focus on Meghan is not just about her actions. It is about controlling narratives within the monarchy. The British press has a long history of shaping public perception about the royal family. With Meghan, the strategy was clear. Tabloids profit from controversy, and Meghan's name guarantees engagement. Her headlines drive website traffic and sell newspapers, making her an easy target for sensational stories. At the same time, negative coverage of Meghan shifts attention away from other royal controversies, such as Prince Andrew's scandals or scrutiny over royal finances. By keeping Meghan at the centre of public debate, the press helps shield the monarchy from deeper criticism. The media also frames the royal family as the victim, portraying Meghan as difficult or attention-seeking. This narrative strengthens support for Kate and William, reinforcing the idea that the monarchy is under attack while maintaining the institution's image. The fact that Meghan receives more media attention than King Charles, the current monarch, speaks volumes. It suggests that, for the British press, Meghan remains a more valuable story than even the king himself. The British press continues to frame Meghan Markle as a source of controversy, even though she rarely makes public appearances. Meanwhile, Kate Middleton, who has spent over 20 years in the royal spotlight, remains shielded from the same level of scrutiny. Even as Kensington Palace attempts to shift the narrative towards Kate's substance over her style, the media's relentless fixation on Meghan exposes a different reality. Whether the press likes it or not, Meghan's influence, visibility and advocacy still drive global conversations. Instead of focusing on the royals who will one day lead, the media remains obsessed with the one who left. Meghan cannot go to a birthday party or support wildfire victims in her home state without the press picking apart her every move. Meanwhile, Prince Harry is now the target of a manufactured scandal over his visa, with right-wing media amplifying a baseless case led by the Heritage Foundation. The timing is no coincidence. Trump has just returned to power, and conservative outlets are eager to weaponize Harry's immigration status to stir controversy. Yet, despite King Charles being the actual head of state for Canada, no journalists are rushing to ask him about US-Canada tensions or Trump's plans to turn Canada into the 51st state. If the monarchy truly wants to modernize, the real question is why the media still focuses on Meghan instead of the royals who remain in the institution. The answer lies not with Meghan or Harry, but with a press industry that thrives on keeping them at the centre of attention. As long as sensational headlines drive clicks, the media will continue to scrutinize their every move, turning their names into a lucrative business, no matter how transparent the game has become. Well, squaddies, my absolute thoughts about this in a nutshell is that the media doesn't focus on Meghan and Harry because they're the most powerful royals. No, they focus on them because they're the most profitable. As long as outrage drives clicks, their names will remain a business model, no matter how transparent the game becomes. The real question isn't why Meghan and Harry are still in the headlines, it's why the press would rather obsess over the ones who left than seriously examine the institution that remains. So, there you have it, squaddies, and that's a wrap. Thank you so much for watching. If this breakdown made you think, question the narrative, or see the bigger picture a little more clearly, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to this amazing channel, and share this video widely so the conversation keeps going. The media may control the headlines, but we control how we interpret them. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and never stop questioning the story behind the story.